here tonight. I wanted to go over something I haven't gone over in a while. I don't think I covered here for a while. I want to go over the Delphi murders. That's right. The Delphi murders. It came to my attention, but I will not say who. Or someone has sent me some information, let alone some recordings of the videos of the video that had been released but still is how can I say it? Still just in disbelief. Anybody who thinks that this Allen guy is a bridge guy, to me, is a fool. This guy, I do not think he is the killer. And the reason why I'm going over this is because also I believed, just like the case itself, Allen's conviction, let alone the videos that were made, I believe was altered. Someone has sent me something and I listened to it. And it's got to do with, the down the hill guys over here. Now, what I've listened to so far with this is that the voices in the video, of course, are completely different. And I was sent another video that it sounded like the voice in the beginning, and then Allen's voice literally comes in afterwards. And this is where I think these were altered, dubbed in with each other. And there's no possible way that Richard Allen is BG. Especially when, damn it. Bear with me, I don't want the dog to see people and then start barking, and I gotta shut him up. Walking the pug difficulties. But anyways, time to blow the whistle. But anyways, in all seriousness, if you haven't, or if you're interested, you can go back onto my videos, every video that I've done on the Delphi murders. I've covered everything from the creepy dolls, let alone the girls' supposedly throats were slit. There's a lot of stuff in evidence right now that is out there, that was out there, that obviously don't exist or has just got pushed aside. The only thing they got this Allen guy with is a single bullet, which that could have rightfully been picked up when they did the raid. And somehow just, we found this bullet, matched his gun, and he's the killer. I honestly believe this man was framed. And the way this guy's mental health, let alone his health, has literally deteriorated behind bars. And when you get in that type of mental state, and I'm pretty much an expert on mental health. I have literally in my life hung around with the fruitiest, craziest, looniest, let alone insanest people. And unfortunately, whatever, my father was in the asylum, my grandmother was in the asylum, and my great aunt, or my great aunt, was in the asylum. And that's right. I have a lot of past people. Hell, I even got, and I don't know how this happened, but I've even gotten notification of where my grandfather is buried with my grandmother. But there's 11 people buried in that plot around my grandfather. And I'm yet to get these names to find out who these people are. But this is how, that's right, wacky my family is, because my father never mentioned anything ever about relatives being buried at that fucking plot, let alone even if he knew. But I supposedly had an uncle that friggin', on my mother's side, that joined the mob, but yet disappeared. Yeah, really. A lot of loonies I've been around in my lifetime. And I can tell Alan is a man that has just literally lost his effing mind. Sitting in a cell, and if you're not used to that, let alone being alone, yes, and I have been in jail. And I'll tell you, I could adapt, I'll admit. I'm not proud of it. I could have ran the fucking jail if I wanted to with this 7-foot giant, mind you. But you know what? I wasn't there to make a name for myself. Let alone this big, huge biker dude that every time I go to court, he'd be yelling down at me, "Yo, man, what's up, man?" He didn't even know me. He's over here, "You're cool, man, I like you," and what the fuck? I literally told him one day, coming back in, I said, he thought I was probably coming in and out of jail, and, you know, he goes, I said, "I keep coming back to make sure you're all right up there." Yeah. But I know jail ain't fun. Jail ain't fun. The things you gotta endure in jail is a fucking nightmare. Let alone when you do hang around with mental people, and there's always that one mental person in the corner that does something very stupid, disgusting, and I won't even mention it, so we're not talking about that, but I can understand why Alan is deteriorating in jail. But for him to be convicted, and now everything that was in this case, and someone had brought the point up, in a comment, or somewhere I read, that what happened to the knife, or let alone what happened to the girls' throats being slit. You're not going to sit here and say this man shot him, but his gun never discharged a bullet. So, you got to look at this case and say, what the F moment? It's insane, it's bizarre, and it's disturbing. Because rightfully, I think there's an innocent man sitting in that jail cell. And them creepy dolls, I keep going back to them. Did Alan have creepy dolls in his effing house? Did he have an obsession? There was not one fucking doll brought out of this man's house, let alone mentioned in the raid. So everything that I have on this case is documented, let alone going over articles that say things and disappear. Mind you, That's a lot of times what I do when I get into them cases that I do write. Make sure if I find something very interesting, I record it and then go on to, posting it. And of course, right, you can't make my shit disappear unless someone wants it to disappear. Just like if I come up with something and I disappear. Huh, that's right, folks. Never know what's gonna happen. Just like me making rap songs about P. Diddler and Kanye Pest. If I die in an unexpected manner and unnatural causes, you'll know why. Ha! But as you can see, and why do I mention this? Because literally, I think this has got to do with a lot of also sex trafficking. And out west, boy, there is a lot of sex trafficking. A lot of missing kids come up missing for this. And I'm telling you, man, this, and what I think could happen, and of course you got the perverts out there like Mr. Anthony Snots, Anthony Shots. He was a suspect and he literally was talking to the girls, but they had to wipe him off because everything he said and everything that was confined to that, there was no confession and there was no way to make him confess because there was nothing there to nag him on. Just like the other guy with the tattoos and having a 9-year-old girl locked up in his house. That guy even got acquitted. He got jail time for that girl. But he couldn't even be slandered into the case. So you go on and look back on how many effing suspects, let alone everybody was swearing up and down it was Garrett Gertz, whatever the hell his name was, Gertz. Him and his girlfriend supposedly murdered another girl, and they tried pinning it on him. But I have also found something that I forgot to friggin' do. And if I did do it, I don't even know. But I know for one thing, it is very interesting. It is a picture of two people. Whoops. Sorry, folks. And them two people had murdered somebody. And they were trying to pin it on them. And I gotta throw up a video of that. Literally gotta put that on the green screen. Because I forgot I had it for one. When I was going through my photos, of course, I found it. And it is very interesting to put up. I don't know, I might have to see if I did put it up, but yeah, I'm up to 5K videos, folks, and still I'm in a fucking hole. I think I'd be getting paid by now, right? No, getting kicked off the fucking YouTube partner program. Great. But anyways, it is very, very, very disturbing to know that this guy is sitting in jail. And I know damn well it ain't him. I'm still pushing, as I say, hopefully I don't come up missing, but I'm still pushing that the good guys tried everything under the sun to get the bad guys in trouble with something with this case. And I mean, don't get me wrong, and I'm not trying to bash the family, but the family does have some pretty dark secrets. You know, stuff that leads to this person, to that person, and even there was a cousin that was saying some shit. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff on this case that is, literally, and that cousin, I believe, was into young girls and sexing and blah, blah, blah. So I don't know. But all I do know is this Allen guy The last time I seen a photo of him, I'm pretty sure that man's gonna be, yeah, he's playing in his shit. And he's gonna be tugging on his shit for the rest of his life. If they keep him in there. But I'll tell you, man, it's freaking disturbing to wonder what is really going on with this case. And like I said, the creepy dolls left at the scene, let alone when the pictures of, whoop, goddamn kid. Let's see what the fuck is saying hello. Let alone the pictures that were finally revealing the pictures of the girl's murder. And that, mind you, was not brought up in fucking court. But they put them out on the internet. People, everybody swarming all over them, and they was blurry as shit. There was nothing there. It was shit. It was a hoax type thing. I'm sure they were the pictures, but who's the asinine that blurred them out? And I could see slightly in one of them, it looked like one of the girl's throats. Cut. All red, but too blurry to even make a determination on that. So, yeah, it's fucking crazy with this case, man. And, you know, all this evidence, if you look back, and that's the thing, man, you gotta look back. I mean, I gotta take some time to maybe check out to see what, and this is the thing, what articles are left up, folks. Let alone that head detective that day saying there was no witness out on the day of the murder, as everybody was saying. There was that one woman, that one effing woman that said she could have talked the bridge guy, or did talk the bridge guy, but literally got up and left. Got up and left. Why? And think about that woman, because she disappeared. Now that Alan's caught, why ain't she been found to see if Alan say so was the one she talked to? There is so much in this case that is being overlooked. And I'm telling you right now, I am very disappointed in it. Let alone, oh, we ought to get a new clan of detectives on it. But, okay, if they're going to give the credit to these guys and say, oh, they found them, now we're going to close the case. It's like, okay, this is BS. Total BS. I'm very blown away by all this bullshit. And I just can't wrap my head around it. Every time I think about this case, and we've got Bridge Guy. Today is the day. Nope, not in my eyes. Someone got fucking very desperate and took that man's life. And like the first detective said, and when they're, you know, doing the interview with Alan, and he's talking about, oh yeah, you know, I was down there and talking about his gun and what the fuck. But yet the detective claimed there was no witnesses that day. There was nobody there. Well, how the hell wasn't that mentioned if Alan was there, but yet there was nobody there? That I don't get, and that fucking drives me crazy. No one was there as a witness, but yet Alan was there. And he was never mentioned in the beginning. So, I mean, really, let's use our thinking caps here, folks, and think what is really going on. What is really going on? All this stuff. And, you know, it also got to the point where people were talking about a meat cutter. a guy that worked at a meat slaughterhouse. And I could even say myself, when I looked at that bridge guy photo again, I could honestly say it looked like he had an apron tucked up under his blue jacket. And right, the knife, the throats. And did Alan ever live or did any meat at the butcher, the blood farm? What the fuck? This was the last that came up in my stuff that I was doing. That I got into that and found this out and then started looking at the coat. And that's right, I thought I could see an apron under that blue jacket of bridge guy. And now that's even off the table. It's all Alan. The bullet, that's it. Nothing else. No knife. No dolls. No nothing. Just the bullet, Alan. And he admitted he was there. And of course the guy went off and admitted he murdered him because you know what? He's losing his mind. That's right. It's fucking insane, people. That's an insane case. And the desperation got the best of the investigators. That's what I think. So now we have a man sitting there. Here. And, right. Doing what? Deteriorating, playing in his poop. And waiting for the day to say, oh, we're sorry. We had the wrong guy. Jesus Christ, man. I can't get over this. I do a lot of cases, and I gotta dive back into some. But this one, it's right up there with the Maura Murray and the Taj Narbonne. And, even the Brittany T case. I gotta get out to Brookfield, mind you, to check out this well that someone mentioned. I have the comment saved on screenshot, and I looked up the area where it is. It's just the time, of course, to get out there. But I thought I'd just go over this one more time because, like I say, this is just insane. So, if you are able to leave a comment to let me know, whoops, sorry, folks. I'm saying hi to Joyce. Jiggle farts. Oh no, here we go. Jiggle farts. Thank you for joining, Paige. Thank you for joining. And once again, hi to Joyce. Oh, bringing up the trash bucket. Sorry I didn't see that. Of course, I'm walking around here trying to get everything out that I can think of on this case. Because I'm telling you, it's insane, folks. It's crazy, and it's definitely not right. Who they have is not the fucking man. And, I don't know what more to say. The only thing I can say is everything that I've gone over tonight that was mentioned early on, even that woman witness, but there was no witnesses. And then the photo of the man in his trunk, and someone had given a license plate, but the license plate was a temporarily paper plate, them temp plates, even that got swept under. And that picture sure did look like Bridge Guy, and I still got that photo to this day. Screenshot, saved away. Because you know what? For all this that I've said that has been mentioned in the Gertz kid, you know, there was a lot of people too out there telling me, you don't know what you're talking about. This is the guy. This is the guy. Everybody had their suspect. Everybody was hammered to the nail. Straight on the head of that nail, hitting it in, bang. One swing. This is the guy. I would love to know what them people think right now. And I mean, just I'd have to go back to my comments just to get an answer, but oh my God, just the thought of it, gotta go all the way back. But hey, I want to know what they think about this. Because them people, I swear to God, man, they were, you know, hellbound on earth to just slam me down, to say this is the guy. Even Ron Logan was still being the guy. I mean, I think even Anthony Snott's father was mentioned as the guy, but he ended up dead or something. And he was in some weird-ass cult club. I think that was him, Anthony Snott's old man, but the list goes on, folks. The list goes on. And, you know, everything, now that I keep thinking about it, you know, and these suspects and these people and, you know, the comments, what was said in the police or article reports. And then it all narrows down to Allen. I can't even see that guy being a murderer. He kind of does remind me of a pervert, but I don't know, man, I can't say that. Andy has a wife. But for him to be put in that cell and now to be withering away with bad health, it was fucking, man, I can't say it enough. Just can't say it enough. Where is all this stuff that was mentioned, let alone that was out there before he was caught, let alone the photos, the knife, you know, everything that happened to these girls, the dolls, you gotta keep saying it. Can't say it enough. Where is all that evidence? But good long thing to think about, folks. If you want to check out my videos, once again, they're all up as the Delphi Murders. They're all up on my YouTube channel. And what do you believe? Who? What is your thoughts, theories, ideas? Go back into the case, check out the articles, which I'm going to have to try and do. Because that case just got weirder and weirder to the end. And now this guy, nope. I'm not agreeing with it. There's no one in the world that will make me agree that Richard Allen is BG. But until that next video, folks, or live, actually I think I'm going to do a live event. Take you all for a bike ride for the homeless. I'm going to be signing up to a ride that Sheldon Harley Davidson's having August 3rd. And it's a ride for homelessness. I might just put the phone up, folks, and show you what it's like to ride. It's pretty cool. Because, that's right. When you do these rides, folks, the police escort you, and there's no stopping. You get to run lights, stop signs, and everything else. So I might just do a live video on that, bring you all along. So if you're interested, August 3rd starts at I think the ride starts at 10. I'm gonna be there for 9. Ride starts at 10. Drive all the way to Springfield on the back roads. So if you're interested, we hopefully getting the sign up tonight. Ride for homelessness, folks. That's right. Till that next video, be safe, take care. Always beware. Just like the Delphi martyrs. And always believe. Don't forget about the ghost hunting. Out. Shit. Doing a video.